Okay, so while I was allowing for reversals and shuffling, it hardly ever happens, but this one literally fell out of the floor. It wasn't like a jumper. It fell out. I'm looking at the floor and it's upright. So this is our first card. Here's our second card, and as you can see, okay, so that's the Four of Pentacles. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann, and this is for Sunday, February 18th, or any day that you watch it. I try to bring in spiritual law and spiritual principles so they're applicable anytime you watch, but also you're going to get the meanings of the cards. So with the Star, of course, this is our card of, and then we have the Fool reversed. Okay, the Star is our card. So all the major arcanas are gateways into evolving consciousness. Actually, let me bring this down just a little. There we are. And with the Star, she's our card for trusting that the universe has your back. And you could say this about the Fool if it's upright as well. You know, that's an old Gabrielle Bernstein quote. In fact, I think she might have a deck that's called that, titled The Universe Has Your Back. But anyway, so with the Star, this is knowing that we can put our trust and faith in the universe that is created from a web of love and truth. It's one and the same thing. And it's here for us. Life on earth is here for us in order to work through wherever our consciousness hasn't been open in alignment with truth, in alignment with the divine laws. And, where those energies, they move in like an organic, harmonic is what I just heard, like an organically... It's full of harmony, but it's an organic, harmonic force. So wherever we're open to truth, then the energies inside of us are in alignment with the universe. But wherever we're wanting to, or unconsciously, aligned with what isn't harmony, what isn't truthful, what... it just isn't in alignment with our higher selves, which is inside the nucleus of every cell in our body, is that place where we are in alignment. But when we're not, then our energy inside goes in the opposite direction. It gets inverted inside of us and can turn against us. And that's usually what creates some type of illness that we have to work through. Just on the simple levels, it's like you're tired and run down, but you don't believe you can get a day off of work somehow. And, and then you just have to wait till you get sick and you don't have any choice, like that kind of a thing. That's actually going against divine law. So, and I'm only saying that because with the Four of Pentacles here, there's a lack of boundaries. There's something going on that is where you're holding on to the physical reality, thinking that it's the most important reality there is. Now, it is with having your body in alignment with divine reality, but the way you get there is to not overwhelm your system. The Star card is ruled by Aquarius, right? And Uranus rules Aquarius. So Uranus is a great awakener. Sometimes it's our body that helps us to wake up. And now, if you're sick or anything's going on, please don't beat yourself up over it, because it's hard being human. It's just not easy being on this earth school. And we have accidents, we have, issues with being very responsible for our family and our children, grandchildren, and then we get stretched to our limits. And then we get out of this organic, harmony that is there for us. But we are, here's the important piece, we are hardwired in this organic in this natural, state of love, this natural state of all things positive, all things full of bliss, all things full of pleasure. And this is also, the star card is a card of renewal. And so if you can inspire yourself to get into that very peaceful place where you're trusting that the universe has you, and you can set more boundaries around what you do and don't do so that you don't waste your energy, so that your energy goes in alignment with the way you're supposed to go, rather than maybe, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, maybe there's someone out there that's been giving too much, and this could be money, this could be time, this could be energy, and all three, right? And we're learning with all these planets right now in Aquarius, we're learning to get ourselves in alignment. And then, and this might be, the morning's great, and then midday somebody's asking to borrow money. They've never paid you back, and they just keep wanting more and more because they think you've got it, and they're jealous of you because you have it and they don't. And you got to protect yourselves from those people. If it's about a health issue, this card can have to do with inflammation. So you might be figuring out ways, putting yourself, maybe even because the star card definitely rules online. Maybe you're searching online to find ways to cut down inflammation. And then later in the afternoon with the Fool reversed, we just have to be very careful with not being fully in our body. Because if we're not fully in our body, we're kind of out of control. So if you're having to, let's say you've been recovering from an illness and you're having to use medication, that's okay. Do whatever you're supposed to do, but don't go out for a walk. Don't go out for a drive. Don't go do things that you think that you could just do because you're used to doing them, right? Because the Fool card is also ruled by Aquarius and Uranus. Uranus rules Aquarius. So we've got a lot of Uranian energy here. And then the Pentacles would be any earth sign. So that would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But this Four of Pentacles is our card for the Sun in Capricorn. So that's a lot of, control and stability. We want security and we want to be in control. But when we have the Fool coming through reversed, we have to be careful about being naive. And again, if this is someone who's trying to borrow money and you've been having faith that things will go right with them, but meanwhile they're depleting you, think again on that one. If it has to do with just taking an unnecessary risk or being literally foolish, and not in a good way, then you're going to need to hold a strong boundary there with yourself and control yourself. And then the last thing I can think of is if you don't believe that the universe has your back, you're going to hold on more. And then this one's really important. If you don't believe the universe has your back, what you're going to be doing is worrying and in fear of not having enough. And then you're going to hold on too tight to everything that you do have. Now, I'm not saying this is I'm not speaking to the same person whoever needs to hear to hold on to your purse strings because somebody's doesn't have your back, right? What I am saying is, for this particular part of the message, is that if you're in fear all the time, you're just going to create more of that. Because wherever you have fear, the fear produces exactly what you're fearing. Or more of those type of, situations, circumstances. So if you don't believe that there's enough, then there's going to be some holding on. And if you can let go, the spiritual law in here is that if you can let go, then the universe will have your back. And you will have very healthy boundaries as well. They can all go together. Or it can all go together. It's just the challenge in figuring out what it is for each one of you, and that's a challenge. If you're having trouble, just hit me up for a personal reading on my website, I even offer half-hour readings if you need. So, other than that, I'm going to get this uploaded and send you lots of love as always. Goodbye.